What's up, homie?
What's going on, man?
Not shit.
The reason why it's always awkward whenever we start this off is because I say something very,
Inappropriate.
very inappropriate right beforehand. Ryan does a pretty good job at not falling apart on it, because I do. So we've
All
got
right.
a lot to talk about, I guess, huh?
Yeah,
We've been on here in a minute.
a lot of housekeeping, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, so last weekend was Arizona
Boot
Cup.
camp? Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Arizona Cup. Yep.
Arizona Cup. I think Yaka was just on the push. He covered it pretty well, but looked windier and shit there the one day. That's pretty crazy.
Oh, holy cow, yeah.
Yeah,
Of course,
it was
everybody
pretty-
I know has already heard about all this now, but it looked pretty
we
terrible
don't
to
need
shoot in.
Yeah, not a good time. Right on. So congrats to those guys, the podium. And then we had the boot camp over there at Fawn's Club in Ohio. That was a hell of a good time, man.
I wish I would have went to it. I was debating on it, and I just didn't have the time to go.
Yeah, definitely go next year.
Yeah, no, I will.
Work you in there. However, yeah, it's a good time. I like it. I've only gone twice. I do the tuning shit, and it's pretty cool. I think it was sold out. I think it's like 125 people. And I think there was a waiting list too.
Was they all there? Were they all there?
Man, I think so.
You didn't count them all?
No.
No.
It gets pretty hectic. The weather was shit, complete shit.
Oh, yeah. It rained on y'all weekend, didn't it?
Yeah, Saturday. Yeah. It wasn't like flat downpours. It was here and there, but it was just a muddy, swampy mess. Saturday was actually kind of warmish, pushing 70 maybe. Sunday was colder and shit. But I only shot Friday. I shot a little bit there in the afternoon when I got there. Went out with Joel and the Bowman brothers, and we shot. And then it started raining pretty good on us for a bit. We were pretty well soaked. And we come in, and then when we come in, it was a lot of people had shown up, and kind of got to it. And then we went back out that evening, kind of just almost till dark. And that's all the shooting I did for that weekend. But it's pretty cool because you get a lot of people that show up, they pay their money, and, they're ready to learn. So they're asking questions, and they're wanting to get better. And I learn, it feels like I learn a lot when I go, because I'm listening to stuff too. And then there's things that I don't think about, and people ask me good questions, and, I got to kind of think about it and be like, it's like, it's a good point or whatever.
And or then, a new way of thinking about it,
Yeah, just coming for sure.
At a different angle.
Yeah. And then, so like Saturday morning, so Friday is like this meet and greet, everybody just kind of meets us and kind of hangs out. And then Saturday is more structured. First thing in the morning.
When I seen.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, he showed up. He come over Saturday and stayed until Sunday. Saturday morning goes to Joel, the whole Joel kind of thing, for a while. And then after he got done, Tom Klum came in and did his part. And I've never, I know who he is, but I never, which is super interesting listening to his stuff. I know people got antsy, right? Especially that morning because it wasn't raining that morning. They was like, let's go shoot. It's not raining. But man, there's so much to take away from Joel and Tom on what they're saying that, man, I was paying attention hard. And hell, you had Dwayne asking questions, and so I think it was good for everybody to go through that. And I hope people took notes if they needed to and can revisit some stuff. And I hope it helped a lot. It seemed like it would help a lot of people. And then after that, we dispersed out into the groups. Everybody did their thing, and I went over into a separate building and did my tuning part. And then, Trevor did his tuning part for, he's like trad and like longbow. I did the barebow stuff. And then there's like a
hunting thing Davenport did too, I think, huh?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know what everybody else did because I was just kind of in a separate building doing my own thing for the better part of the day. Yeah, I did like one, it's like an hour block, and I did like my first one because everything ended up getting pushed back a little bit. So I did one, and then we did a lunch, and then I did 3 more or something like that. So it took us all the way into, late afternoon. And it was good stuff. Last year I did it kind of like two. I did like a beginner, then like an advanced one, and this time I didn't do the advanced one because I felt like there's so much to it that I don't know how many people got things out of that. It maybe could confuse them. So I just kind of kept it a little bit more basic, but I freed up time for people to ask some questions, and maybe that helped people better. So it was such a good time. And Sunday was just with the shitty weather, we were all in the clubhouse pretty much shooting, which was pretty cool because we weren't shooting 20 yards or anything. I think it was 10 yards, but you could get everybody lined up. You could watch aero flight, and Tom could do his thing, and Joel could do his thing, and everybody could just kind of watch. We had like lines of people. It was pretty cool. So I enjoyed it. I felt like I could help or give some guidance to a lot of folks that maybe needed it. So I'm already looking forward till next year. So
yeah, no, I'd really like to go next year. I need to set aside some time to do that because I really don't have much. I don't really have a whole lot planned really this summer. I probably should have went because I'm not doing, or I'll do the 50-meter thing. But other than that, I think I'm pretty well.
Yeah.
I might go to Metropolis.
Easy.
That's about it. Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, which, I had a lot of questions. There are a lot of people that were there that, listened to this podcast and they, I was getting a lot of like, so what's the word on the rest situation on the little review? So we might as well just knock that out right now.
Yeah.
Put that to bed. So longtime user of Sniper. I know you don't really like a Sniper. I love them.
No.
You like the Free Flight Elite.
Well, I just like simple.
Yeah.
And I know and you know what? All of them, all the simple ones seem to work about as good to me, to be honest. Like,
yeah.
The Spig, the Free Flight.
Yeah.
Whatever. They all seem to work as good.
Yeah. Which the Spig is, if you're not crawling much, anything's going to work, right?
Sure.
The Spig problem is that stupid bushing that strips out, which not everybody strips it out. I strip them out, so I don't like them. The Free Flight
all the
Elite.
little Allen heads on the back of it, like it's just a cheap rest. But you know what? That's what you get with a $30 rest too. That's that's what they cost. So
I think on a fixed rest, I think the Spig would be like kind of a main guy, and then the Free Flight Elite. Everybody goes to that Elite, which is bomber rest, right? Like the rest. The wire's a little stiff. You should put that weaker wire in it. If you're crawling big, it'll help that bounce. If you're not crawling big, whatever, it doesn't matter. Everybody kind of gets into, if you're shooting 50 meters, stuff like that, you don't really need bounce isn't an issue. But if you're shooting field in 3D,
5 and 10 yard,
crawls,
15 yard. But
yeah, that's what
that's
shows up.
Yeah.
Yep. And then you got like the what I had the standard Cavalier Free Flight, which I really like that one. That's super bare bones, simple, bulletproof rest. It's got that softer wire, which you can put in the Elite if you wanted to make the Elite a little bit better for your big crawls.
That's what I've got in mind.
Yeah, and it helps. And then I recently got that Arc System CL10. Well, I got that after Lancaster, not recently. I shot a bunch with it. Fixed rest, I think that's the best one.
I haven't got to play with it yet. I was planning on it and just haven't got around to messing with it.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
But I do plan on owning one of them pretty soon.
It's bare bones, super simple. It's nice because you can adjust the pitch of the wire, and it's cheap. These recent tariff stuff is going to change all that, but when I ordered mine, it was like $58 ship. So I guess if I want one,
I probably ought to go ahead and get it out.
Yeah, so I think I don't know what's changing stuff now. I think Joel just ordered 2 of them when we were at the boot camp because I've been like, if you're a fan of a fixed rest and you're in the market for a rest, buy the Arc System. It's an awesome rest. It's phenomenal. It's got a really long wire in it. It's got bounce, but it's not as much as the others. It's a good rest. Hopefully we get to test out their plungers at some point here. But
yeah, and the reason why that took so long to get out there really is because, to be honest, I was waiting on a free one. Oh. Didn't happen.
Yeah. Well,
and I don't mind buying this stuff, but I just
yeah. And I bought mine because I just didn't want to wait. The one problem I see with people doing, man, you just can't get something and shoot a couple of days on it and say, oh, it's the best thing made.
Oh,
It's this.
sure.
And I'm talking limbs, risers. And I think there's people that get bad about that, whether they're a sponsored shooter, staff shooter, or if it's their buddy's bow company or, whatever. It's just everything's good, right? Everything's going to outshoot all of us. So let's take that bias out and actually do some testing. And, I didn't want to say that Arc System was a bomber rest and then at week 3, the damn thing breaks on me. And then I just told everybody how great it was. I don't want to do that. So I just wanted to do, put it through its paces. And I'm confident now that if you're in the market, if you already have a Free Flight Elite, I don't think you're going to see an upgrade. It's not worth probably the money unless you want to buy a spare or if you do want to see if it gives you a little bit less bounce. It's definitely something to look at. And then I like sniper rests. Always like sniper rests. I don't have problems with them. I think they're super easy to tune. Then I got that new Gilo rest. That was sent to me. I've had that for a little bit now, haven't I? 3 weeks.
Yeah, we haven't talked about it. I don't think. Me
No.
and you have, but not.
Yeah.
Not on here. Of course, I guess we ain't done one of these.
I put that picture up on our Instagram. That's about the time. Yeah, that's about the time I got it, I think. So however many weeks ago that was. That's pretty sweet. I'm actually liking that better than the sniper. It's easier to set up. So for all the folks that were saying the sniper's a son of a bitch to set up, the Gilo is way easier. And it's got that cool cushion mode. So it drops or it does that cushion mode.
Kind of like a springy type looking thing.
Yeah, it's like a springy. Now, at first I loved this cushion mode. I was like, oh, this is the way to go. And then as I'm working to tune in and doing some things, right now I seem to get a vertical variance at 40 meters plus with it. Almost like it needs a little bit more tension for that stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm using.
You can't tighten up the tension on it like you could a springy.
But you can only go so far. Yeah, you can.
Gotcha.
And I have it like all the way before it actually the magnets come out and then they'll bind. So I have it just before that to give it the stiffest it could be, and I don't think it's quite enough. I'm gonna play with it more, but so right now I have mine in drop mode, and it's sweet. I broke the factory wire already. And I bent one like a copy of the sniper, kind of a different way. And anyways, whatever. It's a great rest. I don't know.
So which one won? Which one's your favorite?
Right now, that Gilo rest is awesome.
Okay.
And if I had to use a fixed rest, I'd use the Arc System. And then I know there's other rests out there. Anton has come out there. I don't know if it's out yet, but it's coming out. They got like a version of like a buy drop. His version of a buy drop, which would be probably pretty cool. I haven't tested that, obviously. And then I haven't messed with Ben's rest. I know you have. I haven't messed with that. I think that's just a long springy deal.
Yeah, I mean, it works good. Yeah. Works just like the springy does. For heavy arrows, it doesn't work real well because you can't change the tension, basically. But as far as shooting skinnier arrows, and that's for me personally. I don't know if anybody else has had that issue or not, but
right.
I have talked to Mr. Tim about that a little bit, and but I don't think they took that in consideration whenever they made it. Was the shooting a super heavy arrow for indoor, whatever it is you're doing.
Right, you get a lot of guys that get set, especially the old school guys that get set on bumping the knocker, long heavy arrow for point on, and they don't, kind of a new way, not really new way, but a lot of us anymore aren't afraid of a big crawl and a wider, faster arrow. So we have a big crawl lower anchor like you do and some other guys.
It's a good rest. I mean,
yeah. I have no doubt it's a good rest. I haven't personally played with one. I'm not really in the market to buy any more rest. And then obviously the buy drops have always been a pain in the ass to get in the past. With the new guy, it's I think easier to get, but
I've never fiddled around with one. I'd like to at some point, just haven't done it because I don't really have a reason to, and I've gotten to the point now to where I don't mind tinkering, but I don't want to just waste my time either on stuff that I'm not going to actually gain anything out. I feel like I'm going to gain more out of working on me than I am
Yeah.
buying anything else right now.
But if you're not crawling, 15 meters and down, whatever. I don't think it's worth messing with too much shit like that, because
Yeah.
that's where the gains are. As even if I go, like Gilo drop versus arc system, my crawls get at like 30, 35 meters and up to 50. The crawls are pretty much the same. It only starts to show up at like
Right.
kind
Shorter
of 30,
distance.
fairly short 30, and then 25 and down. And
Yeah.
then when I get to 5, it's when I use a fixed rest, a 5-meter crawl, the knock of the arrow is in my vision, and I have to do some funny things to aim. If I use a drop rest, the arrow's just underneath, and I can just see over the arrow for my 5-meter crawl. And that's for field, I'm trying to hit those bunnies. So I need that advantage. So that's kind of where I'm at on that. So, and then I've seen slow-mo videos of those buy drops bouncing back up. I'm just not fan if I can't adjust like a tension, if I can't,
Right.
wow, how do you tune that in? I don't know, whatever. People make it work. I know, obviously they
Yeah.
do. So there's our unofficial, there's our review on rest.
It
Yeah.
was a very scientific one.
Yeah, very scientific. I just shot the hell out of a bunch of them and said, I like this one the best.
And I listened.
Yeah. So if you're
It
in the
really
market,
contributed a lot.
yeah.
Can you hear my chair making a weird noise?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you're in the market for a drop rest, or you want to try another one, Gilo.
Yeah. Or an office chair. I may give this one away.
Yep.
It's
All
really
right.
annoying.
So that's our rest review.
Yeah, kind of want to go over something I've been fiddling around with too. You good? Noise?
Yep.
Okay.
Boot camp was a success.
Yep.
Looking forward to next year already. Let's talk about your.
Don't even say it.
I'm gonna your Kaminsky.
Are you talking about my
clicker.
glasses or no?
No, not yet.
Okay. All right. We'll get into that later. So, and
Your
I got a whole
Kaminsky
thing about
clicker.
the glasses. Yeah.
Let's talk about your Kaminsky.
So anyway,
clicker.
well, hold on now. So me and Guy was sitting here shooting here a couple weeks ago, and I was like, man, no, I think he brought it up. So it's really mostly his fault. He's like, you think we ought to throw that clicker on there or something just to see if we're overdrawing or not drawing? You know what I mean? Or losing it or something.
Does he watch YouTube?
I think that's all he does. Yes.
So, okay.
So anyway, hold on. Well, and I was like, that makes sense. So I got a clicker from Lancaster that I won or whatever in the little drawing thing,
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, I got a clicker. Let's try it. So we set up a bow in the shop with the clicker on it. And I immediately figured out I way overdraw and then settle back in, which I kind of knew all that, right? It's been my thing a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't like it because it's easier to just give it up at that point. So anyway, now basically, hold on, after I've been playing with it, I've gotten now to where I can just draw to anchor and I'm not overdrawing and then just barely press through or pull through. And basically it's just a tightening of my back a bit, no front end or any of that. And then I can make the clicker go off. And by the way, it is a beautiful thing to have that work out so well. Oh my God. It's amazing.
To have zero anticipation in your shot.
Dude, it's freaking phenomenal. But what it did for me is it actually made me realize that I have way been over aiming. You know what I mean? Especially being blind, basically. I have just been over aiming the fire out of it because I set my aim and then I immediately go into pulling through that thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, bam. And I mean, I can shoot lights out with that.
I bet.
It just came really natural too.
Have you shot any scores with it for fun?
No, I want to, but I don't want to.
I want it. I'd be like, no.
I know this. It's not coming out of the gold. It's not happening. I know that much.
You could, for a local tournament, you could show up and shoot it in Olympic recurve one time.
Oh, I could. That would
Don't change anything. Just put the clicker on.
That would be fun. Yeah, that would be fun.
Do you think? Hold on. While we're on this, do you think you could be competitive at Lancaster Olympic recurve with just that clicker?
I think with just the clicker right now, just like my bow's set up,
if
I think
you
I could
spent
shoot
this entire year.
Yeah, I think I could shoot upper 90s, Vegas for sure, easily.
Nothing else, just that clicker.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. That's what
Well,
I feel
one of
like
it
too.
is after I realize like I'm giving up a quarter inch sometimes on my draw. I
Yeah,
mean,
the
that's why I'm
points in
getting those
that,
lows, right?
and
The,
then the points in just the
oh,
clicker itself.
yeah, for sure. I mean, there's no doubt about that. But I mean, I absolutely think if I played with it for a month straight, there's no doubt I would be pulling out 300s all day. I really think that. Um,
Like
I'm not
practice
gonna say,
300s. Yeah.
huh?
Like calm practice 300s, just
Yeah, for
hammering it.
sure. It's a very
Mm.
doable thing. Shooting a 3-spot with a fat arrow for me,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But anyway, I would be up touching. I would be bumping Zach at that point. So, so I could give him a fight.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
no, but yeah, there's a lot in that. But I learned a lot from just doing that, and it was that I was
So
over aiming.
so when you took the clicker back off and you shot right after without it, what was that like?
It's fine. It was fine. But what I was consciously
There was a
doing.
difference. What was the difference? There would have been something, right? Because
Oh,
suddenly, did you bring some anticipation back in?
no, I didn't.
Like
It didn't
I know
bring.
you don't. I know you don't fight with it that bad, anyways. But
Sure.
did is like a little sense come back in? Was it
No,
like a
it actually
little
made me
thing?
more, it made me more confident, honestly. Because I felt stronger, like, hey, I know what to do now. I can
Yeah.
pull through this. So,
Martin Otteson told me that he cross trains a lot with an Olympic rig. He doesn't put a clicker on his bare bow. He just uses a full Olympic rig
yeah,
because he doesn't like to mesh
yeah,
them that close. He wants to kind of keep them a little. But he runs a grip sear or tab sear, and it helps him with his trigger shooting a Olympic clicker.
I would like to
Just to
have,
put your mental game in your mental.
I would like to set up a bow for that just for practice. But
Yeah.
what I was going to say is, like, it made me a little more confident actually, because now I know exactly what to do. And I think a lot of people probably struggle with that, just knowing what to do, right? Now I know. I draw back, I aim the bow, and then I steadily just increase tension. And I know you can say that a billion times and it sounds super easy to do, but until you actually run
Pull
some
through
kind
a
of a clicker
clicker.
like that,
Yeah, you
you
don't know
just don't
shit.
know.
Yeah.
Um,
So you
and
draw back and aim like the whole Joel thing.
oh yeah, so I mean to
Draw
the
back
T
and
right there.
aim.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But
How you pulling through your shot? Are you talking through it, or are you just full
yeah,
body
no,
tension?
I've talked through it, and I've done that for quite a while now. But
Yeah.
and I don't really, like, and I know Joel says a lot of stuff about like get louder. I don't necessarily
Yep.
do that. I will draw back, and I'll just put more. Maybe I do. I get a little more aggressive in the shot. You know what I mean? Rather than just getting louder. So I just know.
Well, maybe that's a form of getting louder. You just
Yeah,
get.
and maybe it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe you're
Maybe
right.
that's just. Maybe
Yeah,
it's the
yeah,
same
yeah.
thing.
But it does
Maybe.
help. And my release has gotten better out of that because I think it pulls me into using the right muscle most of the time. Because I think a lot of times what I've ended up doing is, I would probably creep a bit. I know I would after running that clicker for a bit. I would creep a little bit, and then I would get those little dish
Yeah.
offs, that little pluck. And Guy, it showed out a lot more with him doing that, and I think he's got like a really good way forward now because I think he was giving up a lot too. So for me personally, it was
This is a
it
good
was an
training aid.
awesome win. Yes, yeah,
This
it
is a
was an
good
awesome
training aid.
for sure. So
Good old
and,
Kaminsky clicker.
and they're and they're very cheap. Just buy a super cheapo one.
Which you have a nice spider one. Is that right?
No, I have a win and win.
Is the
I don't know.
blade coated, or is it just a metal blade? Could you feel
It's
it?
a rainbow.
Could you feel it? Like how your points have a grain. Could you
No,
feel the clicker? Couldn't feel that.
no,
Some of
no.
those
So
some of those top Olympic guys talk about. I think I've heard Kaminsky talk
yeah,
about that. They can
maybe
feel that shit.
I could see that, but there's a little thing on the end of it, like a plastic thing that probably
Oh, that's why that's on there.
packs
Okay,
that.
yeah, no, we're good.
Yeah,
Yeah, because if it doesn't have that, and you have certain tips, they can, as they're pulling, they can feel
yeah,
it go chatter down that son of a bitch.
yeah.
Talk about
But
anticipation there.
yeah, which and honestly, I maybe only shot 2 shots the whole time, not getting through it.
Oh, you shot them
So
and just shot your veins clean off, huh?
no, No, it didn't. It
No,
didn't even mess up
didn't do it.
anything. But no, I only messed up and shot like twice like that. But the
Yeah,
thing is once you get there, you're really struggling a lot of times, you know. But
it's a very
anyway,
physical way of shooting, isn't it?
oh yeah, man, for sure. It kind of just it helped out. You know, I think I'll get some good out of it. But me and Guy both. I mean, and I would recommend it. I'm not going to say I would everybody go out and buy a clicker, but I do think that unless you've done that, you don't really know how to pull through like
Yeah,
a shot. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
now, and kind of going back a little bit, even watching Zach, the way that he shoots a bit, and I know that he has some Olympic background, like that makes a lot of sense to me now. Even just videoing myself and watching it, you know what I mean?
yeah,
So I don't know. It was a cool little find, you know. I thought um, mainly Guy will get the credit for that one, but you know, I mean, other than that, I really haven't shot a whole lot. Just kind of been hanging out, playing with my little
yeah,
truck.
yeah. All
But
right, how's it shooting in those new glasses? They make you look smarter.
yeah, no, I definitely am much smarter now. Uh, no doubt
Sucks
about it.
shooting in
But
glasses, doesn't it?
no, it doesn't suck. But it does suck
I
if you
hate
don't have
it.
the right glasses. Now, I'll tell you
Yeah,
this: I've been through like 7 pair. Okay,
yeah,
because once I started wearing them a little bit, I was like, oh my god, I can see like leaves, not just green blob. You know what I mean? Like, so
yeah.
it's pretty cool. But what I will say is it has made me now to where I can shoot with both eyes open, relatively easy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but what's super weird is my left eye, whenever I do this, it like squirts water out or something. I don't know. Davenport was over at the house this weekend. He bought a little forerunner off of me,
Yeah,
and I showed him. He was just like, I no idea. And this is the first time I've ever heard him just not know. You know
not
what I
no.
mean? On pretty
Yeah,
much anything. So anyway, but that does happen. It's not nothing I can't deal with, but it's kind of cool shooting with two eyes open now. You know, I squint my left eye just a bit, but
yeah,
that was pretty cool. So I shot a wood bow a little bit this weekend. Shot that widow a bit and had some fun with it. And I think
yeah.
if I go to any ASAs this year, I might go to Metropolis, maybe Paris. But I'm fairly confident that I may take my widow just for
Okay.
just for fun
Yeah.
because
I
I
was gonna
just
maybe go to an ASA. I don't think it's gonna happen. There's a
well, you got a super expensive trip coming up. I
yeah.
don't blame
Well,
you.
there's a Chicago area. There's a field tournament coming up beginning of May here. I'm gonna go to try to go to that, and then over here by Toledo, there's Ohio State's got one, so I'm gonna go to that. That's at the end of the month, and then which will get us really close to field nationals. So I've got some things I'm trying out, some new, not new, but just some new process kind of stuff. I want to try out and put under and see how it does. So that'll be good testing grounds for that. And then uh, still not really fighting a tune in, but still trying to get a tune really good. About the time I get kind of happy with it, I don't. I was like, I don't know, it's not that good. I mean, keep messing with it. So I
Yeah,
had something I thought was pretty good for the boot camp, and then it was terrible. It was terrible. It just wasn't. I don't know. It's good, and then it's not good. So I'm looking for that unicorn line, which I got time. I'm looking for as little adjustment as I need or as I can. Um, Last year at that Hoyt, I didn't really need any adjustment. I had a little bit of a wildcat tune, so it would kind of beat me up a little bit on less than perfect shots. But it was nice not really having to mess with stuff. But in the past, I've messed with it. I never got crazy. I think Yaka and Zernzak were just talking about like moving, how I move my plunger. I don't really move my plunger for every distance. In the past, it's always been like a range of 3. It's been like close, middle, far with an overlap where if I'm either way, it doesn't really matter. I just be one side of the yellow or the other. And that got me pretty good. And then last year for that using that Hoyt, man, I didn't really have to do that, and it was nice. But this year, I might have to do a little bit. I can get it I can get it real good, but I'm still catching. I'm still a little bit right on the long, a little bit left on the short.
Yeah, and you're just kind of in the process of playing a little bit right now anyway. When is that tournament? September?
No, August.
Oh, August.
Yeah,
Now,
I have
when in
plenty of time.
August?
The
Oh, that's when the 50 meter is, huh?
yeah, 14th, 15th, and 16th.
Dang, that'll suck.
Yeah.
Are you going to Buckeye?
No.
I'm not
No.
either, I don't think.
Man, at this point, like, if something was freed up for me to go, I'd just go find like a field tournament to go to or something.
Yeah.
Or I just spend the weekend at home. I opened our field range this weekend, Saturday. I got all the bug shit put out for the ticks and the chiggers, and checked all the faces and shot around it a bunch Saturday for better part of the afternoon, which was awesome to do. Yeah, and then I've been shooting my ass off. Actually, I've been shooting a ton, trying to just fit it in whenever, get everything dialed in. Learning this Gilo, this bow is fucking awesome. I'm really liking it.
Yeah.
Pretty. I mean, it's very similar to the GT. It's just it points better. It's got with that deflex, it just aims better. So I was playing with the weight placement and mass weight and bottom top bias and stuff like that. Playing with that shit.
It's a super good looking bow anyway.
Yeah, it is.
So I'm going to say this on here so it makes us do this.
What?
So we're going to try and do one of these a week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've been lazy. We're going to have
to get guests on again at some point.
Yeah, I'm down with one. If anybody has any recommendations on one, let us know.
The people are going to be so sick of hearing us.
Quit doing that. Well, you know what, man? Honestly, Matt does such a good job at that. I just feel like he's the man for it. You know? Like, I feel like I ask bad questions. I suck. I'm an old has-been.
You look smarter now. You look smarter now with your glasses.
Do I? Do you like the glass look or no?
I thought
I got anti-glare now.
Huh? Get those great big ones the Olympic folks use. The Korean women get those big.
Oh, the Vipers?
No, the big wires, thin wire frame, great big. The Korean women get. I thought you'd get something like that for shooting.
You know, I actually bought 2 pairs of those. I just haven't broke them out yet.
Yeah, I knew you would.
No, I haven't. So anyway, about the glasses though, if you are between on glasses and contacts, I know these are going to suck when it comes to fog and being super hot, but the ones without the little,
In rain.
Well, I'll have a ghillie, or not a ghillie hat. What do they call them? Like a Gilligan Island hat? What do you call them little thing? Little weird hats Joel wears all the time?
Y'all? Like my hat?
No. Your hat's gay. I'm talking about...
My hat is shit.
Super gay. So what about the brim, the fully round brimmed one?
Boonie hat, man.
Yeah. Boonie hat. That's what I mean. That's what I want. Boonie hat. But I want a short brim. And I got a couple that are too long or brimmed. And I look like an idiot. I look like a wilted flower walking around.
So what? It's an
art. No, I just don't like it. It's like in my vision. I feel like an idiot. And
yeah.
Yeah, I know, but I care. I don't want to look like a freaking old nasty flower.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, it's just not my thing.
I try to shoot my glasses.
I want the short brimmed one.
Yeah. I've tried to shoot my glasses a few times over the years, and it sucks. I was like, no, not doing it.
Yeah.
So,
I did find some that work pretty well for shooting, so I'm going to try them. And if I can't make it work, I know I can make it work indoor. I don't know about outdoor. I'm unsure about that so far, but we'll play. We'll see. It can't be too awful.
My big issue was when I was fighting those where my vision would blur out. So I was like, is my contacts, are they getting dry? So I'd have eye drops and I'd do that and it would still happen.
It's because you're seeing the corner of that contact, I bet.
No, dude. So check this out. So what it is because I use a grip sear. So when you're doing something and you're so focused on something else, Like if you're watching something and you're so focused on doing something else, your eye muscles relax and causes your vision to blur. So that's what it
Oh,
is. Yep.
yeah. Look at
Yeah.
you. You
So
should wear glasses. You would. I mean, that would fit you perfectly right now. You could be super smart like me.
nah, I don't need to be
No, you
smart.
don't need it anymore. Okay,
No,
gotcha.
yep. No, we're good. So I just got to learn to do that. But lately, as of the last day and a half, I've been playing with a tab sear
What kind of
again.
tab?
Using my Fairweather, just bolting
Just
shit on
figuring
it.
something out with it a bit.
Just bolt. Yeah, I can't reach my tab plate. Otherwise, I could run
Yeah.
off the tab plate. I can, but I have to cut my handle stupid like. So, the good thing about hanging around Joel all week, dude, the more I hang around that guy, the more I like the guy. You just pick up on these little things, and I didn't really. He's just such a wild shit this week, and he had like a tab plate bolted to a glove.
Yeah, he does go. He goes
Yeah,
wild.
well, he when he anchors back to get good alignment with a tab, he just smokes his face. But if he uses a glove, it doesn't, because it's just a glove's not as clean, right? So, but he just bolts his tab plate to it, so he's got his crawls, and then he runs a tab sear off the hardware on this thing, and it's such a cool setup. Well, I can't reach the tab plate, so I've not really put a lot of time into figuring it out.
You got short thumbs? Let me see your thumb.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I just
can't.
Oh
my God. Mega short
like,
thumbs.
Picture
You got like dwarf thumbs.
And then it doesn't bend in enough. Like I can get it there, but I can't. Like there's all kinds of tension in my hands. So
maybe get with Matt. Do a little bit of PT or something.
Yeah.
Stretch. Yeah. Get a thumb stretcher.
Well, with new rules, you can just bolt whatever the hell you want on your tab plates anymore. So I was
or you
like,
thumb surgery.
Yeah, thumb extensions. So I've been playing with that, making these little brackets in this little shit.
Could you imagine what his, like, what our tables look like? We got a bunch of random crap, or I know I do. Random crap on the table,
Yeah.
Could you imagine what Joel's bench looks like at home? I bet it looks like some
Frankenstein, dude.
Oh
yeah, it looks like a Frankenstein.
Hey, that's who we should just get Joel on to talk about that.
Just we should.
Random stuff do you have on your?
Yeah,
reach out to him. I don't have his. Oh, I do have his number. Maybe.
Yeah, I will. I said something to him already about getting on.
But I think you said that to him last year too, and we never did.
Yeah, I know. It's just if people don't realize we don't schedule shit here, so we're seat of the pants.
Well, I'm trying to get better. Listen, I'm trying to get better.
Yeah.
It was mostly my fault.
Yeah, but so the grip sear is cool. I run it really well. It has a couple issues. Part of it, one being tension in the grip shows up downrange. So the less input you have, the better it is, right? So when you're learning the stupid thing, I mean, your shit's a lot of tension in the grip.
It sucks.
No, it doesn't suck. It just you got to do it the right way, like anything else. Well, and then also when you go through a range of crawls, it changes, right? Because it changes the pressure in your grip. So I've learned, it's fine. I can make it work, but I'm always trying to progress and get better. And I'm looking at things like trying to figure out the most like minimal input way of doing things, right? So if I can make it, I'm just playing with it. I'm not saying it's going to work out. I'm just playing with it right now. But I can get all that tension out of my riser because I'm already, I can maybe just do a small minimal input back here on the release side, and it showed up. What?
We can bolt stuff to a tab.
Yeah, you can't use anything like flexible, like a movable. You can't use like spring steel or like plastic or anything. It's got to be rigid, but you can bolt anything you want on your tab plate. Tab rigid, all you want.
Really?
It's right in the rules. Yeah.
No, I mean, I believe you. I just didn't know that was a thing.
Because it could be a thumb rest. It could be whatever the hell, You're allowed finger spacers. You're allowed thumb rests. So that's what it'd be considered. Yeah. So with those new rules from what was that, 21? That whole columns fiasco. Yeah. When those rules, I think would have been the next year then when they come out, early 22. Yeah. So you can smooth the back of your Yoast tab. You can put a little notch in there. You can run a bolt through it and run it off the head of the bolt or whatever. I just got like this little bracket thing I made. And it's interesting because I don't know. I got to play with it, but it's almost like running it like you would a thumb button release aid.
I've been running one of those a lot lately.
You just, obviously you're same kind of thing. I don't know. It's interesting. Obviously, there's a learning curve to it. We'll see longer term how it goes. Yesterday I was shooting. I was going to go back and to the field range yesterday, and I just kind of come up with it. I was like, well, man, I can kind of reach this here at home, and went over there, and I stopped at the front flat range. I was like, let me get let me shoot a couple shots here real quick, because I was wanting to see how it would hit at distance. So I just jumped out of the truck, and I walked to 50, and I just launched, and it was like, so I've been fighting right hits at the far stuff and left hits at the close stuff, just not with adjustments. I can get anything down the line with adjustments. So I walk up, and I got my center shot pushed way out. So I walk up and I shoot, and it's like way left. And I'm like, holy smokes. And I kind of kept shooting a little bit. I'm like, man, this thing's great. So I was like, well, so I hung on my faces on the flat range and spent the day on the flat range retuning the bow and trying to figure the thing out. And I was like, man, not having that tension, even that little bit, because I'm pretty good at running the grips here. Just taking that little bit I'd put in out of the grip, I felt like I could see. But anyways, I got to see kind of long term how it goes. But
yeah, something to play with anyway.
Yeah, so I've got a Frankenstein thing going over here on my desk, because one thing I've been looking at on a slow-mo video, when I shoot, my bow jumps out and it jumps like string left, riser right. It's got this jump too. And
wait. Yeah.
Right. So, and I'm like, okay, why is it doing that? So is it because I'm running the grips here off the weight right there, and it's just got some torque to it, and it's popping, and the boat riser's jumping? Maybe. Is it the plane of the grip angle? Maybe. So I've got all these grips. So that's actually what led me down the path. I was playing with all that stuff and shooting video, trying to figure out what was creating that issue. And the only grip I have that was keeping it straight was that Gilo ball grip.
Oh, really? I remember you talking about that a little while back.
That's the only grip that would keep the riser jumping straight out of my hand. And so I kind of was like, well, let me see. And then I was like, all right, well, if I push more of this, so I was doing all these different things. And then I kind of had something going. I was like, well, let me take these over to the range to get some distance going and see what goes on. And then I had some time before I was going to leave. And I was just thinking from the boot camp, and I was spent a lot of time talking to Joel about some ideas and stuff like that. And some things popped in my head, and I said, well, let me see about this. So I start drilling and bolting and making, and next thing I know, I got this tab steer set up I can reach. So
you'll send me a picture of that later. I'd like to see it.
Yeah, I was bothering the hell out of Zernzak all day. I was making all these little brackets. I just kept texting him. So check it out. Check this one out.
I bother him constantly now that I know he has a super sweet Toyota pickup.
Oh, you guys are Toyota guys now. Bros, Toyota bros.
I got Davenport. I'm going after it. Nathan Shaw. Yeah. Davenport's got one.
You guys will be
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I guess.
He sends me links all the time now, randomly, of buying. Hope he's gonna have that thing rebuilt in like the next 6 months. Oh yeah. So anyway, Davenport came over this weekend, right? Shot his longbow a little bit, got an anchor sorted out for him, which was kind of cool. And then shot the wood bow a little bit, but I got to throw this in there. We played a couple games of horse.
Okay.
Me, Davenport, my daughter. Mike beat us all. And he can dunk still. He's still a dunker.
Yeah, he's got it.
I mean, I think he's closer to dunking than I am. And I'm only 34. I mean, I'm almost there. You know, if I had bigger hands like he does.
I'm pretty sure he could whoop you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, in pretty much all aspects.
I think so, too.
Except for bare bow and door.
He's definitely smarter than you. He
Well,
doesn't
I
need
got
glasses to
glasses
prove
though.
it. He don't need them.
I mean, I'm trying. Yeah. No, definitely. I don't know. It's kind of cool, but he said he had to ace bandage his knee up when he got home. So,
He's good for one day, and then
yeah.
he's got
So
to
I'm going to
rest.
run up there to Illinois next weekend, play some 1-on-1.
Play some
That way he's got a
1-on-1.
broke knee.
Yeah, and maybe you can beat him then. All right, what else?
That's pretty much all I got. I'm going to spend a little bit of time this week shooting a bit and just kind of working through that maintaining tension
The
thing.
Kaminsky clicker, yep.
Yes. And I'm not really sure why you keep referring
Because it's funny.
to that. Okay.
It's funny.
Uh,
It's funny.
well,
I did some
now it
more.
makes me feel like I'm a poser.
Why?
And I can't really be a poser with these glasses. Hey, does it look... hold on. This is super off subject, but are you looking at the camera or are you looking at the... What are you looking at?
You on the picture, you on the screen.
I feel like you're doing this. Does it look like I'm
looking.
looking at you weird? Hold on. Yeah, no.
No, now it looks like you're looking at me because you're looking at the camera.
Yeah, look at the camera. Look at the camera.
I can't do that. I can't do that.
Okay, I was just curious because it looks like you're looking right at me, but never mind. Anyway,
Yeah.
no,
So I did some more testing 2 or 3 weeks ago. Again, I revisited vanes again. Those
what kind of veins?
XS swings, 60 lows and 70s.
Super gay ones.
No, they were because I was getting initially when I was getting those. All right, so when you crawl, do you arrows hit stiffer or weaker?
Stiffer.
Okay, so do I. So do I. And then you have, so that's the way I believe it should be, right? Because you're crawling, you're getting stiffer. Some people have the opposite effect. And I have also in the past, but some people believe there's like a slight dry fire effect. I don't quite get on with that because, I mean, when you cut a 1/4 inch off an arrow, it fucking shows. And my 5-meter crawl is an inch shorter, right?
That's something else I also learned. If you crawl, it is pretty dramatic how much it changes your draw length. Like it is pretty dramatic.
Yeah.
Because of the clicker thing, I realized that.
Yeah. So, like, if you just have someone take a picture of your shelf, like at bumping the knock, and then crawl to what 5 meters would be and do that same picture, I mean, your arrow is going to be an inch
it's pretty
further.
Substantial.
So that stiffens an arrow by like an inch.
Yeah.
So you hit stiff. Well, then some people think there's a dry fire effect, and they get weak hits, and it's like a pre-bends and all this stuff. I know Martin Ottison's Swedish. Anyways. I think it's contact. I think it's not.
I do too.
Not terrible contact at the back, but I think it's a weird contact, and it's just enough that they get a. I think it's a false weak.
Yeah.
And everything I can't replicate what I've done in the past now to get it again to prove it, because I know what a false weak is, right? I check for clearance. Well, I just check all the shit, right, and rule the stuff out. So when I tune at 30, like a baseline tune at 30, and then I almost bump the knot for 50, my arrows will hit weak. And then as I crawl down 5-10 meters, they hit stiff. And then with center shot and tension adjustment, I bring those lines together the best I can. Well, at the far stuff, I was like, man, maybe I just don't have enough fletch. Right. Maybe I just need more fletch to steer that arrow down the line better, because I'm running those Little Gas Pros. You there?
Okay, I'm here. Sorry. For some reason, I'm still muted.
Oh, okay. So I was thinking that, so I went back. I was like, well, let's make another few arrows up of 60s and a few arrows up of 70s. And at first I was like, yep, that's what it is. That's what it is. But I was wrong. And I kept shooting. And then I was doing like this little score thing. I was just shooting rounds, and with one arrow of each. and then I was plotting those arrows in the score, and then where they would hit 4 full, 5 to 50 full rounds, field rounds, and marked, whatever. And God damn it, if my little veins just don't score better, they absolutely score better.
Huh.
Yep. And
I'm shooting little veins too, like 175s.
Yep. And they were, so, I was just like, man, I don't know. And so I was like, well, if I was to bump the knock and shoot a bear shaft, it's going to be a little bit weaker than if I do it at 30. And so I was like, well, maybe put bigger fletches on it. It would kind of help that, but it'd make everything up close go to complete shit. And I was like, oh, so I ended up going right back to those gas pros again. So
I'll have to try some of those. I've been shooting those like Jet 6 band, and you know what?
yeah.
I mean, they're fine.
Yeah, I think anything in that kind of profile is going to be good. I
Yeah.
don't think it matters
Yeah,
what
you're
brand
probably
it
right.
is.
Unless
It's good
somebody
enough
wants to give us a
now.
ton of free ones. And
Yeah,
I'm down.
it's good enough now that I can shoot a bear shaft pretty much at every position at the distance,
Oh, that's cool.
and it knock height, it'll hit different up and down, but left and right it hits pretty well with it, including 50 meters. I can launch them at 50 with my field tune, and they do pretty damn good. So I think I'm just going to keep running with them. And
You know, not really off subject, but we're switching to compound, right?
no, I have no desire.
I thought we were going to do the Olympics.
No, I
Huh?
give a shit less about doing that.
Why? You look so mad. I just wanted to throw a curveball at
I
you.
just look like an asshole all the time. It's just the way I look. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
My wife tells me that you always look like an asshole. I'm perfectly fine.
Yeah,
No,
when I
I'm not
first met
shooting
you, you
compound.
looked super pissed.
No, I'm not switching to compound.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
It is cool, though. I mean, I don't want to beat a dead horse here because everybody else has talked about it 19,100 times. But
Yeah,
it's
it
cool.
is cool. I think that with compound gets in the Olympics and they shoot 70 or they shoot distance and they shoot outdoor, I think it's going to kill Olympic.
You think so?
I think so.
I don't know.
I mean, there's going to be...
Because I don't even like Olympic archery, to be 100% honest with you, but I do watch it because I know that it's hard. So I enjoy watching that.
I like it. I like it because it's the precision of it and just what they're doing. And I like all archery. I like
Yeah, I mean, and
too.
I like it all. But if I had one to watch, I'm probably going to watch Barebow, and then I'll watch, and then I'll watch Compound, and then I'll probably watch recurve, Olympic recurve.
I just so if with someone, I guess we're gonna beat the dead horse a little bit. So if Compound gets in. This is my thoughts. If Compound gets in, it's going to bring a bunch of money and viewers, right? Maybe. And then the amount of people that are going to chase the compound Olympic dream versus the Olympic archery is very, very physical. And I just think that I think they need to keep it as different as they can, but I don't think they're going to. I have a feeling that compound getting in long term, I think is going to hurt Olympic. Just because you're going to have, you're going to have the Olympic archers now, right? You're going to have like the elite Brady and those guys, and they're going to age out, and then this new class coming in, suddenly compounds introduced, and all these people are going to they're going to go compound. And I feel like at some point here, and or like the youth that's coming up, there's just going to be this massive decline
shift. Oh, you may be right. Yeah,
yeah.
Be interesting to see.
Compound. Yeah, and then I have a feeling something like that was going to happen. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully not. Well, it'll be cool. I'm curious to know, like on the USA Archery side. So that $100 million deal they got few weeks back was
that's where that's going.
So like 20 mil is going to go to like the training center, of course, and then
where's this training center at?
California.
How do I go?
yeah. Another
Is there like
20
an
million.
application or something that you fill out?
We don't even have, I mean, anyways, we're just
Let's go to
whatever.
China.
Yeah. So 20 mil is going to go to that. Well, then what's going to happen is, and I don't know if it starts for like the next Olympics or not, but basically a big issue, I guess, and I understand this as well, is folks like, let's take Brady or somebody like that, Jack Williams, any of those good, right? They shoot Olympic archery. They don't go to college because it's about impossible to go to college and shoot Olympic archery at an elite level. That's proven, right? Nobody can do that. Who's doing that? Nobody's doing that. So therefore, you skip college and you shoot your bow. You shoot a bow full time. Okay, so you develop that skill set. You don't work. You don't do anything. You shoot a bow full time, and then you compete for X amount of years, and then eventually you're going to retire. You're going to be done. You're going to age out. Whatever. What do you do now? Right? You don't have you didn't get into trade.
You're going to have to go to work at a bow manufacturer or something.
Right, but what's that pay? I mean, you're not an engineer.
Yeah.
You're not, right? Like, I'm just...
Sure. No, that makes sense. I never even thought about that.
So what do you do? And then, I mean, you could coach, but what's that pay? You're not... So maybe you saved your money, and you were high level, elite level, and you had enough sponsorships and stuff you could put away, and you could invest right, and you'd have money. But I'd say a lot of these folks don't. So that creates that makes a lot of folks, a lot of youth not go that route because of that, because their parents are telling them like, hey, you need to go to college. Don't be an idiot. Well, it's the safe, right? You got to be safe.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Which if you go blow your rotator cuff, if you go blow your rotator cuff out, you never shoot archery again, or you can't at a high level. Yeah. You just screwed off college. What do you do now? Live in mom's basement? So what this
God
is
forbid you're born with short thumbs. Then you're screwed.
Yeah. So what this is going to do is anybody that makes the Olympics is going to get basically a retirement out of it. And it's like $100,000 or $200,000 or something like that. I don't know if it was $100,000 a year or something like that, but somebody can correct me on that. But it's a big chunk of change. But it's age 45 or 20 years after their Olympics, whichever one's later. So at least, yeah. So at least that gives somebody if they basically throw away any thought of, continued education, any trade, anything like that, and they're going to chase this dream hard enough, which is a small chance you're going to be the elite, but say, okay, that you could have something 20 years down the line or so, right? But now they just let compound in. So now is that going to also affect? I would think so.
Sure.
So what happens? So now this next Olympics, we have this. What about the Olympics after that? If this goes well, they might bring on a full team. So now what's that do? Is that going to suddenly go, wait a second, we don't have the money any longer to fund all these, because now we have, in the USA side, now we have double the possible entries for these annuities, these whatever retirements, if you will. What's that change? Yeah. So it's an interesting thing, and we know the funding situation at USA Archery is a fucking joke, anyways, with money to the whatever.
Oh, agreed.
I'm just bitter.
No, I am too, and I don't even have to deal with it. I don't even like
so I wonder what this is going to create for I was thinking that as soon as they put that out, I was like $100 million is a lot of damn money, but you take 20 and you just dump it in this facility that I don't even know why they'd spend the money on this facility. I thought it was a badass facility already, and it's not like it's. So they're saying me they're not pumping out dozens of world-class archers. We've done two in the last. And Casey never even trained there, really, did she?
I have no idea.
I think Casey's been pretty well separate. I think Rob's kept her separate. I don't know. I could be speaking on my ass on this, but Brady maybe come out of there. Jake maybe come out of there. So how many elite Olympic recurves come out of this facility, and they're going to dump another $20 million? So they're thinking that, hey, let's throw another $20 million at a facility that suddenly we're going to create this. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think it's give this money to the archers so they don't need to work a goddamn job, and they can go full-time archery, and that's how they're going to get better. But What do we know? We're just
Then
dumb
you
barbell
take the
archers.
top 10 barebow guys, pay us $350 a year. Okay.
Right.
No, don't laugh. This is serious. Pay us $350 a year.
You know what would be a step in the right direction if they just pay for when you make a damn U.S. team. If they just pay for you to go to the tournament, that'd be a step in the
If
right
they just
direction.
paid your entry fee.
Happy on that, yeah. They just paid our entry fee for making the fucking team and paid for our uniforms.
Nope, we're gonna charge you.
If you're gonna go Olympic, right? You're gonna go like field the top, like the USAT team on the Olympic side. However many, what is it? 8 on each, 8 of each. Pay them a salary. That's how you make them better. So they can all quit all the responsibilities they have. They will now get taken care of because they have a salary. So then they can train full time and have the funds to travel and have the funds to have access to the best coaches in the world. That's how you create elite athletes, not by dumping $20 million into a fucking building or whatever the hell they're doing with it.
Agreed. Well, they started making too much of a profit probably and had to dump some money for tax purposes.
Well, this is off this money this guy giving them. This $100 million they've given them.
Oh, I have no idea. I'm just
I'm just like, you get all this stuff, and I'm sure there's way more to it beyond. I don't know shit about. I'm just saying. I hear these numbers going on, and I'm like, well, we got big rich country like the U.S. and we got X amount of like elite Olympic recurve archers, and it's like, well, why don't we have more? It's like, well, a better training facility. It's like, no, how about we start paying these fucking archers so they can quit their job and focus on shooting archery to get better? That's what they need to do. But whatever.
I'm all in.
Yeah.
That's all I got for this week.
Yeah. I think that's all I have too.
We'll fire up another one next week. So I'm gonna practice training without the clicker, but I'm gonna practice just being strong through a shot.
Yeah. You could put like a tab sear or grip sear, then you could have that all the time, but with no clicker.
I know, but I'm too stupid. And I thought it would make me smart enough with these glasses to be able to do that, but I just can't.
Dude, if I could figure the damn thing out, anybody could.
Yeah, well, I'm a big idiot.
I guess.
Yeah. Well.
All right, dude.
All right. Talk to you later.
See you next time.
Peace out. Stay on the line. I got 2 things to tell you.
Yep.